way back in, but haven't managed to find any of those picks just yet. A lot of damage being done as Loiter already picks up a double. And while this retake...
But they have lost all their info, which means they have to push forward where they have numbers straight into BBL PCIFIC. However, they're winning the fights. Enterprise have come right back into this round, taking a commanding lead over it. A 2v1, Spike dropped in the open, and Starkey's position should play well against where their Cypher's gotten to. Kreven, maybe he has managed to thread the needle slightly.
30 seconds left.
This definitely gives him an opportunity for a couple of 1v1s, but I like the adaptation from Doma. Just repositioning back towards tree. Sure, you're going to give up the spike, but that's absolutely fine. You're not risking a horrific 1v1 duel that could easily be picked off. Kraven, though, is going to opt that, okay, there's probably someone on A. Maybe there's a gap for me on this B site. The thing is, though, Starkey's already pretty close. Not close enough to deny this. Paranoia will make this almost impossible, and it should be. Into Jules, he's going to go without utility, without support, and try and take those fights. And that's what this round has been. Greven trying exactly the same thing on the other side of the map with deep control. And that's now a 2-player advantage coming in for Enterprise. And all they've really had to do is win their fights.
Yeah, it's been a nice trade back and forth across the map from this side, being able to take that deep control early, find that duel, catch the lurker coming up, not faked out by the over rotations we've seen in previous rounds, albeit did work out in just the last. And now Enterprise have a perfect setup to fight back in. 3 players on that attacking side, and already we're going to see Paranoia used. This does run the clock down somewhat and puts some more pressure on the other side. Rose just 1 away from that Hunter's Fury. Love the new graphic there, by the way. Rolling Thunder going to be put into play as well, buying them that little bit more precious time. Rose goes down. There's her ult door, but much too high a cost. Loiter for 1, but he's dropped on the run through the smoke, and this one's looking done and dusted. There's no way. Loiter, he can't get it done, and the round falls into the hand.
I was going to say, speaking of that aggression, you're going to have some initially, and while with weaker weapons, that's not a bad trade.
No, not at all. That's gotten a little bit better as well. The Rock ripping the head clean off. Comeback's aggressive, and he's going to get a reward for it. Not able to double up this time, but at least gets out of there with his life intact. For BBL PCIFIC, they started this with pennies, but now they're eating good. Zeke, though, stealing 1 back, making this doable. Presumably now, though, he'll just wait for Killaz for the retake. He wants to get that planter. That's a risk, and Comeback almost punishes it.
A single kill would get that Armageddon online. An ultimate that can pretty much clear the entirety of the backside for Teo, but he needs that kill first, and that combination is perfect. Stun gives a freebie over to Comeback. For Killers now, a 1 versus 3. Economy not in the greatest of spots, but still believing he can take
Moments, whether they put Rolling Thunder in to start with. No, it's just straight up aggression. They want the duels, and they'll take him here and now. Comeback for the double. This is more like it. A little double opener, sight taken, and Op hungry for a little bit more. That's the triple on the board for Comeback. He doesn't take criticism likely by the looks of things. Now he's warm.
We think that 1 spot is going to BBL PCIFIC.
Well, even if you expect them to be on an even footing, the reality is BBL PCIFIC already have that 1 win under their belt. The 2-0 is a guaranteed top spot in a group of 3. And here we've had a bye round for Enterprise, a chance that immediately saw them get destroyed. Doma, head ripped off. And now, okay, there's going to be a response, an ultimate that forces them back off the site. A pick for Yas. Starkey with another. This is on the road to recovery. At least it seemed that way. Low HP on the Cypher that remains, but the kill still flipped the other direction. It's only 1 standing. An operator in the hands of Yas with 2 players to find. Low HP might not matter. And the op picked up on the other side. It's whizzed right past his head. It might have caught his hat.
Gas is getting all of that information. Kreven up close, though. They haven't cleared that angle. And with combination of LaRock, this is already falling apart. We spoke about it, and it now seems like exactly that. A flash in the pan, an attempt to break back into this game, and unless Killers has got...
Close. Play on the smokes, play on the cages, catch them. Comeback is catching them. Oh, he's running it down into their spawn. Unbelievable. That's a 2nd now found, and this guy just will not stop. If you didn't already come out of this half thinking BBL just looked like the better team, does that not highlight it for you? Comeback looks like he's smurfing right now.
Yeah, it genuinely looks like he's just running around with the best aim in the server. there's someone else. I don't know. Maybe Rose's nickname in game is like his Sova or something. I don't know. Just a pure support player at this stage. But you're gonna get the assist from this guy. He's looking for his second ace. He's not even giving it up, just pushing all the way in. And he gotta go for
And they know someone's here. Comeback smells blood in the water, but it's him that ends up getting bitten. Lloyd around the back, though. He is making this one much more palatable. It's down to a 2v3 with Enterprise having Zeke and Yas having to fight back into that angle because the spike is down. They've got to take that space, and it's a 2v3 with a flash and a paranoia ready. No follow-up, though.
Oh, this is the thing. They've got 20 seconds. So it's gonna, if the clock gets low, Kreven could even just run away. But well, let's be real, that's never gonna happen.
It's not their
They
style.
want to get these kills. They want to try and clear out these remaining players. And you know what? Actually, I take it back. Lorok has done just that. He's like, you know what? There is 0% chance of you winning this round because I'm in the spawn. You can go hunting for me. You can try and kill my teammate, but there is no chance. That's crazy. Like, he's literally schooling them at the moment.
Yeah. We can talk about this being BBL's map pick, but it does feel like it's a little something deeper than that. Again, desolation in these early duels. The spike left in the spawn. BBL, they were so fond of their attack inside, they want to run it back one more time. This time, no!
Enterprise. Let's hope there's something better on the next. It's even just, he's using himself as a decoy at this stage. Trying to get the IGL stats up a little bit, but it is going to be quickly over, it seems. Starkey at least has managed to gain some ground, but again, a spike has been dropped. A player outside, a wraparound coming in from behind as well from Kreven, and Wild. If it wasn't bad enough, it's now all left on to Killers, who does get one, but...
We said this is a BO3. They're going to have to rely on Haven and Fracture. This one is done. Killers with an attempt to clutch this out in the 1v3, but the firing squad, 2 players waiting, and they saved the best for last with Comeback hiding up the back.
Ported player in that role could be very interesting. This is such an aggressive stance. Comeback is being given fights, given opportunities, and we'll take that first kill.
Oh, well, players spotted behind that box. They've got their targets, and selection's good. Kill towards the spawn. BBL have space, looking for it on both sides of the map. This is a very chaotic pistol round. Starkey's pushed into the spawn on north side. Will be wrapping up right behind Comeback, who's low on HP. It should be an easy kill. Looking at the map at least, and certainly when we switch to his POV. Plant coming through. Killaz is close, not expected, and he gets the jump for a couple of kills and a chance to defuse scot-free. What can Kreven do from this point? There's no way he gets towards the site in time. There's no utility to force him out of position, and hell, there's 2 players.
It's not really been spotted yet, and actually, Kreven has to be incredibly careful. Yeah, turns his back to an opponent. That is a great start to the round for Enterprise.
It's a good beginning. And they're not looking to give it away either. No over aggression. 4 players coming in from the satellite dish. Yas ready to fire it through. Dash already in, taking topside control, looking to leverage it as they drop down, but Larocque is right behind them. It's an easy spray down, and just like that, the round flips on its head. It's Killaz with a 1v3. He's picked up the first, but Comeback with an operator is waiting.
A whiff on the third. He's so snappy.
So clean, though, to begin for Enterprise. 2 quick kills. Aggression coming through from Yas, punished, but the trade is there again. Doma from further back, the dropout from Kreven, though they're used to him trying to slide up behind them. Ain't happening today. Larocque, 1v4. And after a lights-out round in the previous, this Comeback, so to speak, is quickly put to bed for Enterprise. This is what they needed. Again, the chance for this game to snowball in the other direction is in the back of our minds. They just got dominated on the opening map. Like coming into a round like this, that's where we'll get an answer. Oh, that's a leg shot.
Leg shot.
Down to 30. Yas caught in a corner and deleted as well. The guided salvo picks him up. Rose stunned and gunned. Nobody able for the trade with the smoke down and the stun in play. There was nothing to be said about that. Doma's done well and ult well used. Kreven, though, again able to slip up behind them. That cage might not have went where he wanted. Second one going to be used instead to throw in some confusion. This is buying a little bit of space for the push on the other side.
Oh, what? He's falling through the air. I thought for sure there was no way he gets that kill, but just quick enough to correct. Puts it into a 2 versus 2 scenario. Has the information, or at least rough information, of where Zeke is and 1 away from having that orbital strike online. Timing here is going to be absolutely everything. He shoots a bullet. Doesn't manage to connect the shot. Now they know exactly where he's standing. Seems like the plant may be denied at least a little bit longer, forcing Loiter back into a pretty awkward corner. That's the thing. If you know that there is a player around this corner, you cannot gamble with that plant. It's not safe from that position, and that forces them back in the other direction. Starkey, with solid positioning, has been able to put this into an advantageous spot, but it does seem like the idea from Loiter is to go all the way back to the other side of the map, which as of right now is completely open for business.
And he's going far enough away, they won't hear the steps. So, you know, at this point, Annihilation Online, it could be an absolute disaster. Or Armageddon, pardon me. But that won't come into play because they don't know until now that the plan's coming in. But Starkey's got him. The tripwires. Here's the information coming into play. And up close is comeback. Only one to be found. That rifle down. Rose, though, catches Starkey. That's the A site wide open. The only problem here is Kraven couldn't make it to the rest of the squad. I thought he was going to be caught by this push-up, but they wait for the ult orb. It buys him time. He's back with the squad. And a 4v2 now on lockdown. Both players have been herd towards the spawn as well.
Of them held. Spike planted, time ticking, and well, a bold attempt already gone. More with this deep control. Griffith goes walking through. There are multiple scenarios. I think he's definitely dead to rights. He still gets one there.
Gas is in just in time with that operator, but he's smoked out. That's a big problem. Denying this plant could cause issues. Never mind. Swing into the open. Killez is traded out immediately, but that kill keeps favor in their hands. A push through the smoke from Rose there is ambitious, to say the least, and Loida barely avoiding that breach util. Gets a smoke down. Little angle to play off. He's going to try to catch someone just off the edge of the smoke, or at least he was. Needs to isolate a fight here. The trades will be easy in a 3v1 unless he lands those shots real quick, unless he's in a very wise position or catches them.
Just been a solo push, although this might be, and well, never mind. I guess he can do both.
It always comes with so much utility, except when it doesn't. And that's the thing. A little surprise factor with that early aggression. It certainly caught the side of BBL PCIFIC off guard. Killez, which way is he going to be looking when this player rounds the corner? He glanced away just a moment ago. Rose, okay. No weapon out on the clear. That is a dangerous example to set. Kraven's going to be shut down attempting to make a tunnel out of those cages. It does not get him to the site, though. It sends him to the next round. Comeback's waiting there, too. Laroc, the last man standing, 1v5, and they know exactly where this man is. But look at the position of Loida, further back, looking to isolate them with the Rolling Thunder going through. That's when Loida steps up and catches them on the side angle. Now they look to take Loida down, knowing that the orbital strike is in play, and it could be a big danger, but it won't even be needed now. They know where Killez is, and the time is ticking for him to get this done. An ace needed.
Comeback has any clue that there's a player past the corner?
Well, whether he knew or not, he certainly reacted in time. Was suspicious, and that's opened up the door for Rose to walk up on Killez. A bit of revenge for the previous round. Comeback, though, is trapped. He's been stunned up, and no one is there to help. The only option is to move to that B site with the spike. Yes, it is. They'll move right on in. You got to be careful. Starkey just used those smokes as a tunnel. He's moved around to Arcade, where he's now being spotted on his way up the rope. It won't be free. Stunned, and now they're dropping in with the shorty. Oh, it's Kraven to take the kill, but who knows? Maybe he saved his teammate an embarrassing death. A 4v2 as the spike gets planted.
This now leaves an operator in Zeke's hand. Doma has at least the knowledge of where his opponents are. I bet he wishes he had that aftershock still online, but instead he will meet his demise.
Now the cage the kill has put bought a little bit of time. The smokes do one better, and now the drop out of heaven should secure sight for the plant. 12 seconds left. Time is low, but the job is already done. And as they look at this aggressive position that Yas and Zeke are in, catching one, stun comes through, and they can back off. Easy peasy. That's a free pick. Well, if Comeback hadn't traded so quickly on the outlaw.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's sort of free. They still lose a player instead. Again, another off-angle corner, and the crossfire is sublime. Two players try and capitalize, two players fall. And now you speak about the sniper, you speak about Laroc and his ability to turn rounds. They need it here, because this is looking like they're falling flat on map number 2.
But despite as much as it compounds, they've been delivering a more level-headed performance here than what we saw in the previous. Dominant here in opening duels with another for Yasin. He's looking the wrong way, but still, they've got that 4v4 with 8 rounds to try to finish this one out.
It seemed like this was a fake, but the thing is, Rose has now got back in time. It's not pretty, though. He's now got to rely more so on Kreven. First goes his way, but incredibly low on HP, and the spam from Killers is enough. But even still, this is a ruse on a ruse on a ruse. They have now gone back to the B site. Deep control taken from Zeke. LaRock, whoa, he gets a little bit lucky. Zeke is not homed in on that angle on the smoke, and now it will be a 2v2. Plant in. Aftershock's going to force him into the open, but Doma wins the fight anyway.
Yeah, that is disastrous. Come back in a 1v2, op in hand, swaps it out to the rifle, knows he's likely to see a quick follow-up to that initial fight. Doesn't quite know where Killers is, though. Now the info's in his hands. Unfortunately, the fight was quickly followed up, just as expected. Doma in there for the kill.
I think that this one is very much going to come down to much more fundamental play, and what to start already for Yaz, but he's going to beat the same fate.
Plenty more pushed up, though. Not expecting this level of aggression from Enterprise. They sent the cavalry, and now Starkey is in a lot of trouble. The drone tagged him. There was no way out alive, but they've managed to get the trade on the Rose. Another great shot with the Guardian from Doma.
Are they going to re-aggress again? 3 players looking to try and pressure in towards mid. Again, I think Enterprise have done fantastically well at just repositioning, not sitting pretty, and that's the spike down in the dirt. It's been retrieved, and they're still pushing behind. Loiter has spotted it, though, and he might just be the savior of the round. Even still, though, they are falling, leaving it all onto Kreven. Low on HP, might not be expected, but they were ready for it. An immediate counter. It's going to be comeback as the only player really to make it through, but he still gets one. Zeke does well to at least keep this one possible, though.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Oh, that dropout from Killers. He thought he had the moment, but with him falling, this round may just go by the wayside. An opportunity for Yas. Both of the players who have full HP don't have full shields. So 1 bullet will be enough to drop him. Problem is, there's only 2 barrels there. 2 shots. And there's 3 opponents to take down. He needs great target selection. He needs an opportunity to be gifted to him, or perhaps the shorty to ring true with his double barrel of its own. The time ticking away, though, and no moves from BBL PCIFIC. Nobody looking to throw this round away and gift it to Enterprise. It's the right call from them. You can see the shot quickly hit.
Help him out.
He heard the step. He knows there's a player there. And there's the confirmation. Target selection is perfect. And Kreven is down. Backside cleared. Great usage of the ultimate. Not thrown through on a whim. Instead used with precision. Loida does well to pick one up on the side. Garage is under their control. But the spike is already tapped and pressured. Loida needs to swing wide and swing. The play here. And we talk about using it with precision. It clears some angles, but doesn't find anything beyond that. Zeke immediately answers on to comeback. Quick kill. Yes. Oh, he shot a body. Doma is just cleaning them up. And eventually, the op gets a chance. And a big fake is what they've gone for. Ult used on C. That's the pick they needed. They took space on C. They caused the rotations. And if Yas got that kill and got out, this round's in the bin. But instead, he's punished. A side is taken. And Zeke thinking about getting involved, taking a pick. He might just have to fall back. Hold on. Stone goes through. He goes through. Zeke wants to take the fight right to them. A confident base. And he's leading the charge with great success. A double opening. Rose on the side will meet the same fate as Zeke locks this one down. It's only come back in their way. 2 players on the site. 1 lagging a little behind, but he gets...
Almost have to wonder if a mistake needs to be made. That might be it. An easy kill. Starkey's going to catch Rose, looking to try and rotate. Now the time has been ticking. They've managed to almost make sure there's nobody in that back box, and Paranoia's gone through again, but there hasn't been that capitalization. Once more becoming more problematic. The flank coming in on 2 different fronts. Spacing, not bad, but Kreven.
Fortuitous? I don't know how to say that.
Fortified?
People... I suppose. That'll work. Nice shots by... Yes. Nice shot, I should say. He shut down before he gets a second out the barrel. And Killaz in the same position.
Ooh, okay. There's one. But Zeke is going to respond immediately with a shock dart. LaRock dangerously low. Spike still on the deck, and they have to deal with Starkey, who's sat towards that long position. dropping that spike once again, leaving Kraven with another opportunity to try and turn this back around. Now, he does have time. 45 seconds left on the clock. Doesn't necessarily need to battle forward into either of these players. Could opt to try and bounce out of there. And Starkey's playing this one intelligently, almost baiting the idea that he's fallen. It's going to be everything. The players on A side telling them that there's nobody here. Instead, Yas is still in their backlines. I don't even, if he's going to get there in time to help, he won't. But maybe he can catch Zeke out. He needs to catch Zeke out and eventually will. Even still, keeps this one in an even scenario. The defense not out of this just yet.
Yeah. This is where you'd love a Rolling Thunder to fight your way back through, but that ult is gone. All of them are for Enterprise. The fight out of heaven with 2 dropping in. Still flashes at least to work with. They've got some of their own. On the side of BBL PCIFIC, Laroc gets caught, 45 HP, barely holding on to life, but Kraven inside the smoke. Oh, he's an animal and hard to put down. Drop out of heaven. Oh, it's getting nothing. They don't even...
They need this 1-2 punch to be effective, and well, it's gone pretty well for comeback. Finally starting to see some life in the superstar duelist. And Killer's looking to try and put him down. Hasn't managed to do so. This is definitely looking like the start that they needed, but ultimately, there's still a couple of players to deal with. This 1v1 for Rose could be everything. Timing as well is going to be pretty important. Killers is being wrapped on. Doesn't even realize how far the players have come. His teammate has sort of left him out to dry. Starkey was busy looking at that A side of the map while his sentinel with the spike was fighting middle.
Not Mitch, that was Tom. Okay, let's just make sure that's reflected in the fine that he gets delivered. All right, trade from the Jets off rip. It's Jess to win that fight out, but
kind of screwed. They've already used themselves the paranoia. It just has to be the run straight through, and that's never going to come out well. Killers, 22 seconds, a chance for an isolated fight, but Laroc just bounces out of there. The right decision, making sure that this has to be an impressive 1v2 rather than 2 isolated battles. Well, it now just has to be a full stick onto that spike, but just look at where his opponents already are. They send 1 in. It's clever stuff. There's no hope for him to even get this plant down.
With 12 seconds left, the plant needs to be found. Hunter's Fury thrown in from Zeke to try to buy them that space, and it does. The plant is found, and the kill on the back of it from Starkey. He won't find more, but it keeps it in a 2v3, a winnable position for this attacking side. Loida trying to throw a spanner in the works, though. He's managed a triple already. The ace possible, but he's the one tapping that spike, drawing them out into the open. They now need to see it, and there it is. That's the information. They're not defusing. Time back on their side for the attack. Good trade out to start with, and a massive fall below them, but it looks like at the final hour, they have found their footing and pulled themselves back up. Laroc goes down, but Loida is here again! After a 4K, he's already up for the triple. Back to probably exactly the same degree when it comes to that ultimate. Nice stuff for Rose. There's the first found. He's coming in for a little bit more and does a ton of damage. An easy cleanup on Loida. He's seeing nothing but heads. 3 and a... Perhaps there's a chance this retake is going to decide everything, and Kraven's patience is rewarded despite Rose going down, though. Comeback is on that side as they step out of backside. The op is waiting for them, and that shot, well... 2 rounds. It's such a small margin. It feels so doable, but the context of how we've gotten here, they look locked out. The opening pick, Yas is the one to fall. It's BBL PCIFIC with another advantage. Paranoia put down on short as Rose steps up on long, waiting for them. Maybe not with the success, though. Enterprise find a pick, and then it's returned on immediately.
Yeah, they have 2 players have sort of battled versus Kraven in this round individually, and note that he is still on full health. They have not managed to even make a dent. Aftershock utilized to force back Starkey. That means they have no space. As there's 35 seconds left on the clock, they're going to go sprinting back. The B site is where they've been attempting the last couple of times.
30 seconds left.
Actually, it seems like there is just going to be that hold. Smoke going down. It's realized by comeback. They're going to make a play into the site. He's just going to look to try and hold onto that B connector control, and Kraven just isn't stopping. Had enough of his teammate doing everything. There goes one more, and Zeke, he's not turned around. Eventually, the operator will come out. And more importantly, a job that was started on Lotus has been completed by BBL PCIFIC as we close on Haven.